So I sat down to record this look for you guys. I wanted to do just like a little neutral eye and then a popping red lip. So I hope you enjoy this makeup tutorial. So I just moisturized my skin with the Cetaphil, moisturizer. I like to use this because it just make my skin feel hydrated and pretty good. I am going to use the Makeup Forever smoothing primer because I feel like I have been enjoying the little face routine that I have changed up. So at first I wasn't always using primer because I kind of liked it. Well, I was using the Studio Fix Fluid foundation, and I like the Studio Fix Fluid better when I don't use a primer. But I've been using this smoothing primer on my face, and the smoothing primer I've been putting like in my T-zone because I have larger pores. Okay, so I like to just kind of work that into my T-zone and a little bit on my forehead because my face has been breaking out a little bit and it really has been like agitated around my mouth area. So I like to put that primer, and I feel like this primer has been helping the color corrector stick to my skin better, because it's like even when I color correct and then I go over the color corrector with my foundation, it's like it don't necessarily stay put. So this primer, I've been liking this primer. So now I'm going to use the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette. I'm placing it around my mouth because we want to get all those dark areas concealed as best as we can before we go into the foundation. Okay, so you see that's already giving me like a more even tone. So correct your problem areas, and then it makes the foundation application better and pretty much easier. Okay, so now I'm going to use L'Oreal Infallible Pro matte foundation. I'm using the shade Classic Tan. I'm mad I had this foundation for so long and I just wasn't using it. Like, it was at my studio in a little pile of foundations that I don't really use. So I'm happy that I at least gave it a try because I love it. And the fact that it's maybe not the perfect color, I'm going to contour and bronze up my skin to bring back the warmth. But I like the finish of this foundation a whole lot. So I have that on. Now I'm going to use the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. And the sad thing is, I like this concealer now that I barely got any. I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my little Real Technique sponge to blend that out under my eye, because I used this sponge the other day and I liked it. Because at first I'm like, I don't feel like holding this little thing. But it's not half bad. So I'm just stepping it under my eye to conceal and to highlight a little bit. And I use the Age Rewind Concealer in the shade, what was the shade? Caramel. So you see how I just brightened up my under eye a little bit. And I'm mad I only got a little bit left, so I gotta go get another one. So we waking up the under eye, adding some dimension to the face. So you see how we brighten that up. I'm gonna go on my chin area, over my lip a little bit, and we're gonna pray that we can squeeze out. Ooh, shoot. We're gonna pray that we can squeeze out a little bit more. And I'm gonna put that on my forehead. And I'm going to put that down the center of my nose. So I'm just going to go over all of that with the bigger Real Technique sponge. And I like these sponges, the Real Technique ones. I found like multiple packs of the Real Technique sponges at Marshall's. And they were, I think they was like $2. And they came with the big sponge and the small sponge in it. And I was so happy. I bought like 5 packs of them. Because the sponges are usually like, I think like $6, $5 to $6 for one at like Walgreens or Walmart. And I was so excited. Anytime something on sale, I'll be real happy. Like if I see a shirt and I'm like, ooh, that shirt cute. And I look at the price, I'll be like, okay, you ain't $15 cute. I'm cheap. But now I'm going to go in and I'm going to contour my face with the Black Opal Stick Foundations. And I'm going to use this shade and this shade. Just 2 of the darker shades. And I'm going to use that with a stippling brush just so it can like lightly disperse the product on my face. How did that happen? How? Okay. We're going to take a light hand since the devil got inside my hand and put all that on my face. But you see, it's we bringing back the color into our skin. If a foundation shade is not necessarily the most perfect, you can work with it. If it's not like too off, you can work with it and just bring back the color with your bronzer or your contour shade. So I'm just working that around my face, and now I'm gonna use my sponge to blend it all out, and I'm just pressing it all in to my skin. And now I'm going to set my under eye area. Let me look at it. Yeah, we're gonna set it, and I'm gonna set it with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. So I'm going to blend out my little creases first. And I naturally have like a couple creases under my eyes, so I feel like everything still, I don't know, it still creases up to me. Now I'm going to press it underneath. So I'm going to take the mineralized skin finish in deep dark, and I need to get some more of this. And I'm going to warm up the perimeter of my face with that. Basically, like to set the cream products that we put down. We're swiveling, but it's going in an upward motion because we don't want to drag the cheekbones and stuff down. We want to lift them up, and then you go underneath the jawline to sculpt that out. Okay, so I'm bronzed up. Now I'm going to take that same thing and I'm going to dust off the powder underneath my eye, because I kind of been liking, even though I should be probably using a lighter shade to dust from underneath my eye, I like how it brings everything together. So I'm taking that same shade and I'm going to lightly dust off that powder. So if you feel like you look a little powdery, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Illuminating Misting Set, and I'm going to spray it a little bit. And that just brings back all the life to your skin. So that's the skin. I'm going to go into that blunt blush. And I'm going to put a little bit on my brush. And I feel like I'm not the best at contouring my nose. Like, my nose is weird. So I'm going to take that down the sides of my nose. I'm going to take my setting powder and I'm going to go over those lines to like diffuse what I got going on. So I'm going to use some of my MAC eyeshadow shades. This little palette, this is like my little neutral palette. And I'm going to use some of those shades to put into the crease area. Cover up. I don't know. So I'm using this on my eyelids, and I'm just going to blend that out evenly over my eyes. Everything needs a base, and it makes everything adhere better to your skin. Okay, so I got that on. Now I'm going to take my Laura Mercier setting powder and set my eyelids. That into my crease. Not crease, but into the transition area. So putting that first shade down, and I'm going to make sure I do circular motions to blend it out. So we are blending. We want to blend that shade out. I don't know how I got all this on my brush, but once you put it down, you just blend it out. So windshield wiper motions and okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And just place it down and blend it out in that upper area. And I'm bringing it in. I'm bringing it in the transition area, but I'm bringing it towards the inside of the eye. And just keep on blending until you don't see any more like harshness. And what I mean by harshness is like you don't see like a flow in the eyeshadow. You just see boom, whatever color it is. That means just keep on blending it until it's like diffused, because we want to see it, but it's like it's our background to the eyeshadow. So blend and blend and blend, and I'm gonna just go over it. Keep blending until it's all worked in and buffed out. I'm going to use Swiss Chocolate by MAC to put that into the crease in the transition area as well. But I'm working that shade down a little bit lower. So not all up here where we put the first shade, but we want to just bring it down a step lower and work it into the crease. Just working that shade in the same way, but a little lower to add some depth. However you say that. Depth. Okay. And just one step lower. And you really just working it into the crease area, but you're making it all fade together. And I like to pull it down into my outer V. So we're breaking in the outer V. A smaller blending brush to it. So we're just keeping this shade kind of concentrated in the crease and in the outer V. Even if I don't know what like lid color I'm putting down, most of the time I kind of use the same transition shades and then build from there. I feel like I'm half asleep because I always wait late to record a video, And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to keep the color right in that area, but I'm still going to do circular motions to blend it in and bring it in the outer V area as well. So we're circling. We're just going to keep blending until we feel like we got the look that we're going for. The Morphe palette on my lid because I like the shimmery shades that she have in here. They are pretty. And when I was at Ulta and I was swatching it, I just kept telling myself, like, you don't need it. You don't need that eyeshadow palette. You don't need it. But I wanted it. So it's like I went by this palette like 3 times and I'm like, okay, just get it. I hate spending money. If it's not really like on a bill, because you know the bills take all your money, then it's like I feel guilty to buy it. So sometimes I'll go to the store, I'll pick off some stuff, I'll ride with it in my cart, and I'll be like, I had that for a minute, then I put it back. So that it gets the anxiety, the crazy, I need this out your system. Because I had that sometimes. Like if I want something, I'll go visit it at the store 5 times before I buy it. Crazy. Okay, so I'm not going to go in with a shimmery shade. I'm going to use, what is this shade? I'm going to use this shade. And I'm just blend all that together. Okay, so liner, I hate eyeliner. Oh, why my eye hurt? No. Okay, so I'm going just close to my lash line. I'm keeping it thin. I don't know if I'm gonna wing it out. Wings are not a girl's best friend, but it ain't mine. I like wing eyeliner, but it's just sometimes you just fail yourself and you ruin everything. Broadway 523 lashes, and I like these. They're not too much, they're not too little. So I'm going to use the Duo lash glue to put those lashes on. So the key to eyelashes is the less glue the better, and wait for it to dry a little bit. Place it on the center, let it go, drop it, and then you can tack the ends. I'm just add mascara.
So I decided to jump in with a voiceover for this part. I pretty much just was summing up the look. I added some lip liner, and this lip liner was by Rubykiss, and it was the shade red, and I added that on before I went in with my lipstick. And the lipstick I'm going to use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette, and I'm pretty much just going to blot that on the center of my lips after I finish up with this lip liner. And this video was getting super long, so I'm like, I need to jump in and just narrate this last part so that I'm able to not like make it so skippy. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I was adding on that Ruby Kisses lip liner, and I really like those lip liners. They're only about $1 to $2, and they are smooth and pigmented, as you can see.
That is pretty much it. Take my little clip out.
So that pretty much sums up the look, and I fluffed my little hair out, and this wig was by Sensational Hair, and it was actually only $10. And I went in my room and threw on a shirt, because you know we always plan dress up. So I hope you guys love the look, and I hope to see you in my next video.